Yo, what up, street togs, street vlogs, street vlogging, vlogs. All right, some turbo thoughts. How to have the courage to put yourself out there to the interwebs. Okay, so first and foremost, everybody is a creator. Like, if you make a video, you make a photo, you make a blog post, you know, you done created something. The goal then is to propagate it and put it out there. So first and foremost, having the courage to put yourself out there. Some pragmatic thoughts: disable the views and the comments, and or just don't look at them or read them. The second thought is, like, know that everything you create is just another creation in a stream of becoming. That the goal isn't actually to make a perfect thing, which is what traditional, you know, like our K through 12 education tries to train us. Like, even the word essay, right? It comes from essay, attempt, in French Latin. So even an essay is not like this like 5-paragraph hamburger thing, right? Where one must create an indefinite, like undisputable truth about something. The honest way to think about an essay is it's an attempt for you to gain a deeper understanding of X, Y, and Z. So for example, even a video, a blog, a vlog, a photo, whatever, it's kind of like an attempt to capture some sort of beauty, some sort of idea, etc. And I also find myself finding that having the courage to put yourself out there, it's like I call it like artistic constipation. It's like if you have something in your stomach that you want to kind of put out there and you don't put it out there, it kind of gives you metaphorical constipation because you want to put it out there. However, it's either fear or something that kind of prevents you from putting it out there. So my thought is you want to turbocharge your creativity and sharing. Just keep putting it out there. Now, I almost feel too like when you create stuff, the point isn't even to please people. So even our best friend Nietzsche said, the grand style is something is trying to achieve. So the grandchild disdains to please. It doesn't desire to please people. Rather, the idea or the creation or the thing has such its own loftiness that you put it out there and it kind of glorifies itself. And the funny thing too is, like, everyone's so much about the views. I don't think anybody should vlog or blog or upload stuff to YouTube to get a bunch of views, because that makes no sense. And you know, like, how many views is enough? I would say 2 views is enough, because 1 view is probably you or the second view might be another human. So if one other human being somewhere on freaking planet Earth, right, the world's a big ass place, could see your thing, you've done your job, right? You've impacted them, you've changed their mind. Who knows, maybe you bored them, but at least you're affecting them. Also, one of the good pro tips of wearing super duper hype colored clothing, wasabi, Faded Zep, shout out to Lululemons. At least going to the gym when you wear a very, very brightly colored article of clothing, people they're gonna recognize you, right? Even I was thinking, I'm just like, I'm gonna, you know, kind of in a situation where you kind of need a car-ish. I'm like, just gonna inherit my mom's old Hyundai Sonata. I'm like, if I put a wrap on it, it's like, what is the most hype color I could put? Like, it's probably some sort of neon yellow, you know, wrap. And there's like, what kind of rims should I get on it? I'm like, I'm working on it, I'll figure it out. So life is too boring to be like, even nowadays I'm like, I'm kind of distancing myself from the color black, like especially during the winter time. Like, everything's so dark and gloomy already. Even interior design, like chilling in Cindy's mom's house, right? The countertop is kind of like this like black granite, and I hate it because it's so dark and depressing. Like, I would rather it just be kind of like the new, like, kind of white granite marble countertops. Just like, I want more light. I want it to be brighter. Even during the winter time, it seems the best strategy is to spend as much time outdoors, maximum UV absorption as possible. if you live in somewhere effing cold like East Coast or, you know, northern Sweden, Umeå, fucking just drop $2,000 on a Canada Goose jacket, buy some nice Gore-Tex boots, and yeah, spend some more time outdoors. I think it's better for our physiology, our happiness, and our health. So having the courage to put yourself out there, just think forehead, like you have at least 1,000 videos ahead of you, and don't think that nothing is about perfection or making other people happy. Essentially, like, imagine like you're creating for like a past version of yourself. So for example, like when it comes to working out or fitness or I want to kind of create information that could benefit a past version of myself, because most likely there's people's out there's who's kind of more similar to you than you would think. And ultimately, my thought is, when you create something, by sharing it and publishing and putting it out there, you actually augment yourself. You actually build, like, as you create stuff and put it out there, you actually build your courage and you actually become happier. I mean, why share? Why put yourself out? Yeah, I think it'll just make you happier. Like, you have interesting thoughts, you have interesting life goals. People's like, yeah, but I'm bored. Everyone's interesting. I mean, interests. I mean, you could talk about anything, right? Talk anything that you care about, your own life, your experiences, etc. And the nice thing about your own opinion, your own experiences, is that it's irrefutable. But essentially, what gives me the drive and the motivation is helping perhaps an old 18-year-old version of myself.